The day has finally come to hear turbo noises from the Mitsubishi Conquest. For the past year, I have been searching and searching for a factory exhaust manifold that is not cracked. I ordered a few, but after blasting each one of them underneath a scale, they were always cracked. So today, I have a brand new turbo manifold. This is an updated cast turbo manifold for the Conquest. And I also have all brand new stainless ARP hardware, which is going to be awesome and it's going to look great. But before I throw this on the car and put the brand new turbocharger that I rebuilt for the car on, we have to Cerakote this the same color that I Cerakoted the turbo manifold, or the turbocharger, not manifold. Now that the turbo manifold's coated, I have a little predicament. So the Starion is on the top of the lift, and I'm gonna just work on it up there because I don't wanna have to move everything. It ran okay, it just was squirting oil out of the feed line without the turbocharger on there, plus there was no exhaust manifold. So I want to get everything installed. We'll fire her up there. If she runs good, I'll have to move everything to pull her outside to take her on her first drive. If she doesn't run good, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do from there. What I decided to do is, since I'm replacing everything anyway, I have some ARP hardware and I'm going to just replace all this old hardware with stainless steel ARP, but I have to get all these old bolts extracted. No way it came off that easy. What? If all of them come out this easy, that's gonna be awesome. Usually these things are a pain. Look at that, it extracted super easy. Now that all the other studs are out, we can just put in the ARP hardware, which I put some anti-seize on everything, just so it goes in nice. And I remembered why I got these, because I was missing 2 studs on this head anyway. They're going really nice. Pretty sure it goes that way. I tried to put the other way and this was hitting the water pipe. Oh, I didn't know it went on that angle. So the turbo and the manifold are now on the Conquest, and the one thing is now the rest of the engine bay just doesn't look very good. So I'll probably end up Cerakoting the valve cover, maybe even this heat shield, and I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to delete the EGR, but let's throw a battery in this thing and fire her up. The downpipe isn't connected, but I can let it idle a little bit longer because it shouldn't be spraying oil all over the place. First, start with the turbocharger on. Hopefully it doesn't squirt a bunch of oil everywhere, and it actually runs good. Sounds good. Sounds like it's worth all the work. Thankfully. Just like that, guys. We can see if it's spinning. Should be, but I mean, it spins nice. It's all micro slicked. Sounds good. Besides it not having the turbo jump from the downpipe. I'll be able to see this spin when I watch the video. It spins pretty easy. The Conquest runs, and it runs pretty well. I'm actually surprised that it doesn't smoke. It fired right up. It has a ton of vacuum leaks. None of the turbo piping is connected. It does need a downpipe and exhaust eventually. And as you can see, this thing is leaking oil everywhere. So I'm not exactly sure where it's all coming from. It almost looks like the power steering pump right there is bad. It's all covered in oil. And then the oil filter has oil dripping off of it too. I'm not sure why it has oil coming off of it. The tranny looks like it's leaking. I'm guessing it has a rear main seal leak. Probably needs a clutch. It almost got me right there. And then the whole bottom of the car is oily. So I'm going to try to fix most of these leaks. I need a valve cover gasket, and I need a few other gaskets. And then I also need a few sensors. But once all that stuff comes in, I'll be able to do that. I'm guessing the engine has been rebuilt. I have no clue what's in it. You know, the whole block and pan and everything is orange. Looks like it was done a long time ago. But at this point, this car needs a ton of work. It's just really been neglected over the years. And then in the back, I can see now, it looks like somebody jacked it up from this frame rail. So I'll have to pull that down, and eventually I'll probably end up restoring most of this car and just kind of go from there. But the good thing is there's so much oil underneath it that it looks like it's completely rust free. I have not found any rust on this car in any of the normal places, and anywhere that I've looked so far has been good. The slave cylinder, I mean, all that stuff looks pretty old and used, and the transmission is leaking. It's just, I guess the tranny isn't leaking that bad. It just looks like the rear main seal is leaking, and then it's just over time it has just kind of gone all the way back here. Look how thick the oil is on that. So we'll have to get this thing all dialed in. I'll probably just do a bunch of polyurethane bushings in it, do a downpipe exhaust, and then we'll just kind of keep it somewhat stock, but kind of upgrade a few things here and there, because I mean, this exhaust is already all mangled. You can see that right there. It looks like that might be factory, but then this maybe is factory. Back here it's smashed, and then back here it's not factory. So I think an aftermarket exhaust is going to be the way to go on this thing. Maybe even a one-piece drive shaft. And then I know people are going to say, well, it's a 70,000 mile car, don't mess with it. But I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. There's just things that I probably won't be able to find, like good factory exhaust. Luckily enough, I was able to find the copper washer for the turbo feed, and I'm glad I looked for this because I forgot that there was a brand new turbo feed line in the box with all of the intake components. So I have multiple intakes in there. The only thing that I don't have is any of the charge piping to connect the turbo to the intercooler or the intercooler to the engine. So I'm going to have to probably make some custom stuff there just so it works, because all the old stuff looks like it's kind of not worth buying off of, you know, all the stuff that I found on eBay. I was going to change the oil, but unfortunately, it seems like everybody stopped making the oil filter for this car. So eventually, I'm not going to do it in this video because I want to get it running, and I don't think I'll be able to drive it because I'm going to have to move a lot of stuff. But if it runs really good, then I'll just kind of clear a path so we can get her outside. I also need tires for it. At that point, I'll probably just go and pull this oil filter off, take it down to the store, and see if I can find something with a similar thread and get an oil filter for this thing so I could change the oil. It also eventually needs the engine to be pulled out to be resealed so it doesn't leak as much oil. It's leaking a lot of oil, even though it's not just from the turbo feed line. So I'll figure out the oil situation, figure out the tires, but let's figure out the intercooler piping. I'll probably do all that at the same time, and then I can at least get this thing running with the air box in the mass airflow sensor actually reading the intake air, so it runs and idles for enough time, and I'll get coolant in it so I could run it and idle it. And I'm also going to need to find all of the lines for the all the hoses for the heater core, which it's looped, so I'm guessing the heater core has a leak in it. So I'm gonna have to find a heater core, which they are no longer being made and they're all out of stock. So if you have a heater core for one of these that is new or good, known good, I'm probably gonna need one. I also need this light on the passenger side. I'll probably just fix the bumper because I don't think I'm gonna be able to find one, and I'll fix I think both of these are fiberglass. I'll fix the lip at the same time. Probably wouldn't leak so much oil if this was actually tight and it actually had a copper washer on there. I don't know if this is the right one because it's a little bit loose, but it was in the package with everything else, and it was all for the turbo rebuild kit. The turbo and the manifold are now bolted onto the Conquest, and she sounds really good. Doesn't smoke, runs great, kind of wants to idle, but there's no mass airflow sensor and a bunch of intercooler pipes missing. We have exhaust missing. There's no O2 sensor in the exhaust because it doesn't exist. And the rest of the factory exhaust that is bolted on the car is really hacked up. So I think at this point, since I can't source factory parts for this car, like intercooler piping, blow-off valve, or the exhaust, I do have a gutted cat, which I really don't want to use if I'm going to do a full exhaust anyway. I wanted to get the HKS full exhaust for this, but unfortunately, it's on an indefinite back order. I'm going to end the video here. If you guys like these videos, make sure to click that subscribe button, throw a thumbs up, throw a comment below, and as always, see you guys next time.